Okay, gang, we're out here on the lake to try to do a little bit of live scoping for crappie. We're going to be looking for some crappie, and we're going to see what we can find out here. I'm going to pull off out here and do a little driving around, see if I can maybe see one or two. That's what your screen looks like right there. And I don't know really why I've got all that flare there. I shouldn't really have that much flare, but I'm in pretty shallow water. I'm only in 6.7, 6.8 foot of water. We got a lot of grass right there. You see all that grass on the bottom. Now, if those fish are down in the grass, we can't find them. I mean, you just can't see them down in the grass. That's where they are. But I'm going to drive around down here a little bit. The reason they call it panoptic is because we're going to do some panning around, back and forth looking. See if we can't see some fish. That's what we're doing. You see how we're going back and forth there? Looking around for those fish. We're seeing a lot of grass. So far, no fish. Do some looking out there and see what we can find. Get out here in a little bit deeper water. Now you can see we're in 13 foot of water. We still have grass on the bottom. Now what we want to find, what we're looking for is we're hoping to find some fish up above that grass. Now what you're seeing over there on the left, that's kind of a false tree there. That's not fish. When we see those crappie, they're going to show up as little white balls, or blobs as some people call them. You can see it jumps around the top. It was reading the top of that piece of grass while it jumped up to 5 foot there. She found one right there. You found that one without using a live scope, didn't you? Found that one using a bait. Pretty nice fish right there. That's a good way to start. We're gonna keep about 15. We try to keep them about a pound. That might be about right. We might keep about 15 right there. Put that in a live well back there. Beamer, he likes to lick them. I like to lick the fillets, so. See, that fish come out of the grass. Now, you're not going to be able to see them in the grass. We find some out here open. They get above that grass. I'll show you what they look like here in a little bit. But I'm going to start fishing. See if I can get some found here. There's one right there. That may be a bass. That's just one individual fish. Probably a bass. Found a pretty good bunch of fish back there a minute ago, and I only caught that one bass in there. Those might have been bass. They look like bass, as a matter of fact. Can't really find an area. What you're seeing there is the bottom. This is like 25 feet away from the boat right here. This is 40 feet, 45 all the way out to the end. That's the grass. Bottom going down through here. Get right up here, right around the edge of that grass is where we're catching them. Or where Chris is catching them. I'm really not catching them. The edge of that grass, there's a fish right there. I want to try to see if I can find quite a few of them. See that big edge right there? That edge right there is what we're at. There's a fish right here. Swimming around. But we're not finding any bunches of them at all. Which is kind of what we're wanting to find. Fish that we've caught have been pretty deep. I think they're down in that grass right now. A lot of them are in that grass. I don't know why. It's cloudy. You'd think they'd come out on the edge of it, be in some open water. There's fish there. There's quite a few fish right there. There's about 7 or 8 of them right there, Chris, big ones, moving around. They're down there about 12 foot deep. That's about where you've been catching those big ones, isn't it? About 12 foot deep. They're right square out in front of the boat here. Kind of right on the edge of that. They're kind of right on the edge of that. Those white spots there are all fish. See that fish moving there? That looks like a bass there. Back over here again a little bit where I can see them. Yeah, they are right there. There's a bunch of them right here. See all these fish right here? Those are all crappie right there. Those are all crappie. They're right out there, Chris. Yeah, they're closer to the boat now. Right on the edge of that grass, right actually over pretty deep water. Quite a few fish there though. See all those fish around the edge of that? And you can see them go in and out of that grass. You see them come out of the grass and then they disappear. Exactly what happens. See all those crappie right there. All of those dots are moving around. These that are moving around, all of that is all crappie, all of that. You got one of my dots? Chris has got one of the dots. Yep. He sure does. Where's that? Where is it? You have a hard time filleting that one.
He's not going to hit the skillet.
He's not going to hit the skillet. That's pretty good right there. I'm right. I got spot locked down. Hey, that's the, when that spun around. When that spot lock spun around. I saw about 8 or 10 fish right there. And when I saw those fish, and you said I got one. I'm gonna let you get mine too when you get yours. Yours swallowed it, didn't he?
No, he's took it. And I think this has still got a barb on it.
Oh, the bait does?
I think so.
You better smash it down. Not a bad crappie.
Want me to keep it?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll keep this one here too. This is just about right. This is the way you do it right here. Beamer, no, get back. Come here. Come here, Beamer. That's the way you do it right there. Set the spot lock, catch a fish, let Chris take it off. That works pretty good, doesn't it?
I guess for you.
You can see the fish down there. You see those fish? You see those fish right there? You can see the fish. Those white dots that you see moving around. That's the fish that we're catching. And actually, see the trolling motor pointed out to the right now. You see the trolling motor pointing out that way. When it spins around and points back this other way, that's when we start really seeing a lot of fish. And it's doing a spin there now because it's on spot lock, so it's moving around. We got a little bit of wind blowing, not much, but it's enough to move the thing around. And I don't see any fish right there, but a lot of those fish are in that grass and you can't hardly see them. There's one right there coming out of the grass on the left. See that grass bank? You see that little dot there on the left? That's a crappie right there. That's exactly what the crappie looked like. Just one. But now if it spins around just right, it catches, a lot of times we'll catch 8 or 10 or 12 of them. So you see how that's a sheer wall of grass there. You see that crappie swim out of that grass? The crappie swim right out of that grass, and then he just sort of disappeared. Another crappie swimming up above the grass. That's right out in front of the boat right there, but that's just 1 or 2 fish. Off to the left of the boat here where we are, where that wind is, if it spins around, you can see a good one right here down in the grass. There's another one right up here. There's one right there. You see as it's moving around. Now I could spin it and see more of those, but I got it on spot lock, so I'm just kind of letting it hold. It's kind of holding in the wind right now. But we know that where we got our spot lock, that the fish are really off to our left. There's some fish out in front of us. There's one right there. There's another one just popped out of the grass. That one went back down in the grass. Here's another one back here off to the left on a bait. That's the way to do it right there, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a nice crappie. Nice crappie. Probably going to keep about 15 to eat. I guess I ought to turn this iPhone off and help Chris fish. Looks like she's doing fine on her own. That's the only thing about these things. You get to playing with them, and you like I'm doing right now, I'm not fishing much. You see those right there as it spun around? You see that thing when it spins around, you see these just showed up right in there. See the seal right above that grass? Those are all crappie right there. Look at all of them. Look at all of them. Right there above that grass. Look at that. Now they're coming out of the grass right now. See them swimming around here? Those are all crappie right there. Various sizes. And they go now they didn't move. The trolling motor head is moving around because it's on spot lock. See, it's moving on its own. It's sitting here in this one spot, so it's having to run quite a bit because of the fact that the wind is blowing, so it's moving. As it moves around, it picks up. See, it moves just a little bit. These fish are just to the right of the head of that trolling motor right there. So that's where we ought to be fishing. There's a fish or two out here. Lost them. Drifting right now. There they are right there. Watch out right there. See all of them right there? The fish right there. That's a water fish. That's what we're looking for right there. Look at all of those fish. They're close to the boat now, and the boat's going right over the top of them. You see them moving around there, all of them. Boat now is going right over the top of them. They're right under the boat, babe. Right under the boat. A bunch of them right out there, Chris.
I gotta pee.
That's a bunch of fish right there.
Sounds like I enticed Jamie into coming next weekend.
I think you did entice Jamie into coming. I gotta throw at those. Throw it right out, straight out in front of my trolling motor. Let your bait fall. I don't see your bait. There's a fish right there. Like, is your bait right in front of my trolling motor?
Right in front of its nose.
You see it? You see the bait on the screen? Your bait's way back here. Comes one, got him. See it? Big old crappie. Ah, he come off. Big old crappie. Is that cool? There's some more right there. See if I can get my bait in the picture. I hope you enjoyed that video. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that little bell so it'll ding and remind you, and you'll never miss a Jimmy Houston Outdoors video. Thanks a bunch, guys and gals.